I'm recording in this park. Well, today, as it goes on, I wanted to share my story. Um, well, I met my companion. I was just recording the birds because actually my companion does love to just watch and stare at birds all the time. I haven't seen him uh, after maybe 1 month after I got pregnant. He left. 2 months, something. And they shut down the borders with COVID and all, so we were actually here. He was helping me move on with my life, and we wanted to be together. Ooh. And we didn't. We just wanted to go away. We talked about what we wanted to do. We wanted to go away from civilization, leave all these paperwork and documentation and all behind. And so then we put our intentions. We wrote each other emails and upon emails with how we would like it, and birds. And I said, sent him an email one time, and then he replied, "I want to make a baby with you." And I first was like, "Oh, let's be friends. Let's be friends." And I can assure you that because I wanted to show you some emails later on about this. It's not like I was jumping in everything in. I was just talking about how I want to move on with my life because I just came back from France, and it was awful, terrible. It was the worst. Yeah. Everything vile, and worse. Nothing else. So I met Misha there after I left, right before I left, and he said, "I will come to America to rescue you." Oh yes, he kind of did that. And I'm like, I want to move on with my life. I'm done with that ex over there, ex-husbands and all. So he wants to be the next and the next. I'm like, please don't. Let's at least be friends. He wants to go sailing around the world. Oh, so I'm like, oh, that will be wonderful as I move on because I want to give everything away I have and just take a few things and live like that. Because I was done with my ex-marriage, and my ex always pesters me. Come back, come back. Pity me. Oh no, no more. I do not feed my soul to it. So, moving on. I'm not going to be the one always taking some sort of being the underdog in the situation when they really just use me to make it look like I was. And actually, we talk about making our little heaven on earth, okay? So, we wanted a baby, and finally I agree. He's like, it would be nice to have a baby with you. And then in one email I reply, yeah, I think it will be nice too. I said something like that. We already talked about how we view our life, him stuck in this prison apartment up in France, Cannes, France. And he always makes himself a prisoner in his own comfort zone, yet I usually don't have a comfort zone to put me in. And I'm trying to get out of the prison when I don't even have a comfort zone, and yet he does have a nice comfort zone, which he always makes himself, and that makes it his prison. So we talk about moving on, him with his life, me with ours, and doing it together, of course. And we're like, oh, I want to be done with money. Oh my goodness, no more and no more. Like, it's just papers. And we talked about, I have an unearthed economy. I viewed it as a where it's like a little community, and we all just get along, and we do things that we would normally do, but all for free. And yes, all for free. Well, not actually paying a price for it, because the sun would never, you see the cross, will never ask anything from all these souls here. So why do you work for paper vultures? You know, they are just vultures on paper, written. And even like some of these trees are worth a lot more if you cut it down than all your vultures combined that you lay out on the tables and all, called money. So we didn't want to live like that. And we're like, let's live in a village then where we can provide for each other the stuff that we normally would do all just for free and without a time limit. It's not like, clock in, we're here now, ha ha ha. No, it's like a huge plain chores like you would do in a house, but in a larger scale in a little village. We're like, let's give that to our baby, and that kind of reality to our baby. So we really want that, and he's been a sailor and associated with that, and he always wanted to take me away now. I want to take you away. I want to take you away. So finally I agree. But, and in time he does come, and I'll get to that. And we do have a baby, and this is my very, very sad story. But I don't know how to grieve right now because I feel like my heart space is turned off. And that's what makes it more sad, because I can't grieve as a mother, because something bigger is going on. And it's like when I come to tears over it, something always comes around me and turns off my heart from even feeling it. And that's what makes it very sad. Like a prison, it is. And so he comes here, we put our intentions, we want to go to Russia to do it, because I tell him I come from there, I want to be returned there, and and I'm like, I don't believe in paperwork though, so how do we get there? Like, well, we'll take a boat, because he does do very minimum sailing. He's an amateur, but he had a little boat in France there he would sleep on and go out. So, and he wanted to come here, and we'll maybe get a boat and we'll leave, or I'll follow him out, or something. And then he does come, he gets through the border, everything's nice, it's lovely. Well, at first it's very awkward, actually, it is. Until we went to Trinidad, Colorado, and I got some shamanic medicine there. It was that's one of the places we stopped at. We were coming from Chattanooga. I picked him up from Atlanta, and I had some very excluded and disowned family members that I've all disowned and discarded now. I never, ever, 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 don't ever contact me. I know I'm laughing, and I know my son is in this place, but it's like I'm in another reality when I'm talking to this camera, and I feel like somebody's going to watch it. So my son is stolen right out of my arms on his birthday here. We conceived him here when Misha was helping me move on with my life. We traveled from Chattanooga and then up to Trinidad, Colorado, and then finally some good memories. It was nice because like we seen like the sky and everything spoke to us like nature, and we started seeing animals more coming to us. Yes, in Trinidad, I think there was a big elk or something, or a big male deer, a huge one, and every animal started coming to us. And around Misha, it felt like finally I have a heart. Oh, I can feel something at least. But they always know how to mess with it like a computer board. Yes, they do, and I'll get to that later on. But so that's why I can't grieve normally, and I'll get to that later on. And so in Trinidad, we start traveling, and we go throughout Nevada, and I get rid of everything I own with my ex and all. I'm like, I don't want anything, but he'll always complain, why are you giving your stuff away? Why are you giving your stuff away? You gave that away, what? I don't care for it anymore. I wanted to move on, but he just never left me alone too. Now he does, and for good he does. So, there's someone even watching me there. Oh, who knows? Like I say, I'm gonna get to a part where I'm seriously stalked each and everywhere I go. Whew. So, where was I? We go to Trinidad, and then we go out to Nevada, get rid of my stuff, and we wanted to make a baby. And again, I view nothing in the flesh. I view nothing in flesh that can authorize me and my Mishinka to be together and say, now you are allowed with her and you with him. No, I view that only my creator, my creator, my creator in the sky can do that and authorize it. So he pretty much took this avatar and this avatar brought together, and you see you had an intention and now you had made your promises and laid your eggs. So let's do it. So no, not like that. Oh my goodness. It was magical because animals, we saw a pair of wolves on the other side. Misha can be a wolf or a bear, actually. He has both of those skills. Qualifications, I noticed. So, let's see. We saw wolves and we saw rams out in Valley of Fire because we're always camping out everywhere we go, and I couldn't offer Misha anywhere better to stay at because I was staying with them. A very excluded and zealot ex-sister, and she kicked me out eventually, but never mind that. But she wouldn't even offer a place for us to stay under her roof. They wouldn't even move over, and I've supported her. But I realized souls have been smeared, and I don't want anything to do with narc souls, but because it shows in how you live, and what choices you make. Yes, she made the wickedest of choices. So we decide to just camp out, and we talk about living actually nomadically, because once we get to Russia, we don't know what then, because we can just be nomadically until we find a place or a little village to settle and have this heaven on earth economy for our son, where we don't pay for anything. We just go in the little market, get our basic bulk goods and supplies, supported for our villagers for free, and they grow with them from them hands, and there's a house where she sews and does all your stuff there, or whatever. I don't know, like maybe a little market for each other too. So who knows? But we wanted to grow with maybe some people that we would meet along the way, and it was just us. But they attached themselves to me, and yeah, they do. I'm being stalked all the time. Yes, I am, and by police and all, and that I am. I'm recording this and they're out in the car now. They can be stalked by like random strangers that pretend like they're doing something so legitimately important, and whenever they're doing something so very important with their lives. Life goes back to the word Lucifer, by the way. All those masonic words. I know them. Lifeline. I was actually making this video, and whenever I got kicked out from that place, a car drove past me with they're always talking to me with messages now. They want to rotate my eyeballs here to notice this and all, so I'll get to that. But it said lifeline, because I don't know who to call when my son has been stolen. I'm alone and stranded, of course, and they wouldn't let my Mishinka through the borders to see me, because they could shut the borders after, whatever. Medicine, I needed that in Colorado. That's how things started to go flowing like water. Medically. And Creator brought this avatar and that avatar, and he said, and I say, Creator, only you can bring me together, because I know flesh on earth can do that. Nothing in the flesh can do that. So, Creator arranges things like that, and I don't like to go parading myself around and all afterwards, with a big feast, because it's hell on earth. How can I celebrate anything? I look everywhere, it is hell to live. How can I celebrate anything? But I wanted to create my little heaven on earth, so maybe then we can celebrate something. So, everything is flowing, and Misha is always trying to conquer every mountain. We stop, pull over somewhere. I need to use my cell phone. He doesn't like to be around any cell phone device when it's going off. When I'm doing something on my cell phone, he runs away.